Welcome to Chiang Mai, a cradle of Thai culture and the former capital of the Lana Kingdom. This vibrant city lies in a mountainous region in northern Thailand and is renowned for its ornate temples, creativity, and ancient history. In English, the Lana or the Lana Kingdom translates to the land of a million rice fields. Chiang Mai was established by King Mangrai in 1294 or 1296 to be the capital of an empire rich with forests, rivers, and fertile valleys. Today, the opulent temples and markets of this 700-year-old city draw visitors from all over the world. In December of 2017, UNESCO awarded Chiang Mai the title of Creative City. Some of the temples in the city are home to Buddhist monks, many of whom can be seen going about their daily activities in the old city. While visiting Chiang Mai, it's possible to learn a thing or two about their traditions and way of life. Beyond must-see temples, other famous sites in this riverside city include giant lily pads, exciting attractions, and other remnants of the city's rich past. Outside the old town, an energetic metropolis with the heart of a small town has grown around Chiang Mai. You'll discover brightly lit markets teeming with local goods, a burgeoning food scene, and contemporary art and design. While it may no longer be at the heart of the kingdom, Chiang Mai is still a crown jewel.
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับพี่สนุกเกอร์ครับ
สวัสดีครับพี่ปอครับ
ครับผมป๊อกอิทธิพลครับ
แล้วก็สนุกเกอร์นะฮะ
วันนี้ขอต้อนรับทุกท่านเข้าสู่งาน
โอ้โหนี่ Amazing Thailand นะฮะ World Mountain and Trail Running Championship ครับครั้งแรก First เลย
ครับ 2021 นะครับ เป็น
ครับ
ครั้งแรกในโลกแล้วก็เป็นครั้งเดียวในไทยครับ
โอ้โห
วันนี้เป็นวันแรกของการแข่งขันครับพี่สนุกเกอร์ครับ
ครับผมแต่จริงๆแล้วนี่นักเรียนมาเตรียมตัวกันเนี่ยเป็นสัปดาห์แล้วแหละฮะ
ใช่ครับ
โดยเฉพาะว่า3วันที่ผ่านมาเนี่ยแน่นมากเลย
ใช่เลย
นะ
ถ้า
ฮะ
ใครอยู่ในจังหวัดเชียงใหม่นะครับจะสังเกตได้ว่าจะมีนักกีฬาวิ่ง จะมีนักกีฬามากมายเลย แล้วก็วันนี้เราอยู่กันที่สตาร์ทครับเราไปดูข้างในครับพี่สนุกเกอร์ครับ
โอเคนะฮะว่าวันนี้นักกีฬานะครับก่อนที่เขาจะเริ่มการแข่งขันเนี่ยเราก็จะมีหลายจุดที่เขาต้องไปนะครับสำหรับของเราจุดแรกนะครับ
ครับผม
พี่ป๊อกโอเคมาดูกันเลยดีกว่านะฮะตอนนี้นี่ก็จะเป็นบรรยากาศนะครับของห้องที่เป็นรวม
ใช่ครับห้องรับนักกีฬาครับนักกีฬามาถึงเริ่มต้นก็จะมาเซ็นชื่อตรงนี้นะครับเพราะว่านี่คือ start list ของแต่ละประเทศนะครับก็มาดูได้เลยนะครับ
มีเจ้าหน้าที่น้องๆนะฮะน่ารักนะครับคอยดูแลนักกีฬากันอยู่นะฮะคนไหนไม่น่ารักนักกีฬาเอาหนังยาง
ยิงเลย
ดีได้เลยนะฮะทีเดียวเลยนะฮะโอเค
แล้วก็ข้างหลังนี้นะครับก็จะเป็น elevation gain ก็คือความชันของแต่ละระยะนะครับก็จะมองได้ว่านี่คือ long trail championship 80 กิโลจะวิ่งวันไหนนะครับจะมีเส้นทางอย่างไรจะมีแมปอย่างไรนะครับครับพี่ซุปเปอร์ครับ
ความต่ำเขาเรียกว่าความสูงต่ำของพื้นที่ที่นักกีฬาจะต้องวิ่งผ่านในแต่ละประเภทนั่นเอง
ใช่ครับ
แล้วมี long trail 80
มี long trail
ช็อต
มีช็อตเทรล40 กิโลเมตร
ครับผม
ก็จะอยู่ในดอยสุเทพจะสตาร์ทที่นี่ครับพี่ซุปเปอร์ครับแล้วก็จะกลับมาฟินิชที่นี่เส้นทางความชันสำหรับประชาชนทั่วไปที่อาจจะยังไม่เคยวิ่งก็จะเนี่ยครับวิ่งขึ้นเขาแล้วก็ลงเขาจะบอกหมดเลยว่าอันเนี้ยรวมแล้ว 2,400 ครับพี่ซุปเปอร์แล้วก็6 กิโลเมตร
เป็นออฟโรด6 กิโลเมตร
ใช่ครับ
นะฮะ
แล้วก็
ช่วงของการปีน
ใช่
15.4
ช่วงลง 16ครับผม
น่าสนใจมากก็จะบอกรายละเอียดของในแต่ละประเภทเลย
หมดเลยใช่ครับอันนี้เนี่ยทั้งหมดจะมีการแข่งขันอยู่1 2 3 4 5ประเภทครับ5ประเภทที่เป็นชิงแชมป์โลก
โอ้โหต้องเน้นย้ำว่านี่คือการชิงแชมป์โลก
ครั้งแรกของโลกแล้วก็ครั้งเดียวด้วยครับในไทย
และเกิดขึ้นที่ประเทศไทยโดยเฉพาะที่เชียงใหม่นั่นเองครับ
ใช่ครับผม
โอ้โห
ก็แล้ววันนี้นะครับก็ด้านหลังเราลองหันไปดูนะครับตรงนี้เมื่อกี้เนี่ยจะคลาคล่ำไปด้วยบรรดานักกีฬาครับพี่ซุปเปอร์
แต่เนื่องจากเวลายังไงครับ
ตอนนี้เนี่ยนักกีฬาเริ่มไปเขาเรียกว่าเริ่มไปรายงานตัวแล้วเดี๋ยวเราจะไปดูว่านักกีฬาที่ตรงเนี้ยมีเยอะๆอยู่เมื่อครู่เนี้ยตอนนี้หายไปไหนก็จะมีอยู่บางส่วนนะครับอันนี้
ได้โอเค
ก็จะ
ตอน
มีนัก
นี้เวลาก็ใกล้เข้ามาแล้วเราอาจจะมีเวลาพูดตรงนี้น้อยนิดนึงนะ
เรา
ฮะพี่
เราแพนกล้องไปโบกมือนักกีฬาไทยหน่อยครับโป้น้ำเย้
โอ้ยเอาใช่
นักกีฬาไทยนะครับ
อ่า
พี่จุ๋งดรจุ๋งครับ เย้พี่ฝนมาเย้อันนี้นักกีฬาไทยนะครับ
แล้วก็มีนี่ด้านโน้นด้วยนะฮะนิวซีแลนด์
นิวซีแลนด์ครับผม แล้วก็ตรงนี้นะครับจะเป็นจุดรายงานตัวซึ่งนักกีฬาทุกคนจะต้องผ่านมาในนี้ครับพี่ซูเกอร์
ครับ
จะมีคณะกรรมการของสมาคมกีฬากีฬาแห่งประเทศไทยนะครับ
ตรงนี้
คอยตรวจสอบเกียร์อยู่ตรงนี้ใช่ไหมครับผ่านไปตรงนี้นะครับ
ก็
ใช่ค
จะ
รับ
มีดีโอเคอ่ะก็พื้นฐานปกติ
ใช่
เลยนะครับ
เลยครับ
เรื่องขอ
ผ
ง
ม
การแต่งตัวเกียร์อุปกรณ์ต่างๆใด
ตรง
ๆเห
นี้
ล่า
จะ
นั้น
เป็น
นะฮะ
ส่วนที่นักกีฬาผ่านมาแล้วเดี๋ยวเราจะตามมาดูตรงนี้นะครับ
เพื่อที่จะพุ่งมาตรงจุดนี้นะฮะสำหรับนักกีฬาที่มีของที่ไม่ต้องการจะนำวิ่งขึ้นไป
ใช่ตรงนี้เนี่ยมาเรียบร้อยแล้ว ตรงนี้จะเป็นประเทศต่างๆนะครับ49ประเทศ อุปกรณ์ของเขาเนี่ยเขาจะที่ไม่ใช้
ที่จะไม่นำไปวิ่ง
ใช่ครับ
ฝาก
เขาก็จะ
ไว้
ฝาก
ตรงนี้
ไว้ตรงนี้แล้วก็เดี๋ยวเขาจะขนไป ทั้งหมด
ครับ
มี49ประเทศแล้วเราจะไปต่อเลยนะครับ
ได้เลยครับ
ไปเลยนะครับ
โอเค นี่คือ จริงๆ แล้วก็ตอนนี้นี่คือช่วงที่กำลังตื่นเต้นกันเลยนะครับพี่
ใช่
ป๊อก
เลยครับ
นะครับ
นักกีฬาก็จะผ่านชิปตรงนี้ นักกีฬาจะผ่านชิปตรงนี้เป็นที่แรกนะครับ
ก็เป็นการนับจำนวนนักกีฬาไปในตัวด้วยนะครับ
ครับผม
โอเคมีการรีเช็คตัวเองนิดนึงนะฮะนักกีฬาวิ่งเข้ามา
ครับ
ของบางอย่างอาจจะฝากไว้ของบางอย่างอาจจะเก็บไว้ที่นี่
ครับ
นะฮะ
ผม
นั่นเองและนอกจากนั้นนะครับเดี๋ยวเราพูดตรงนี้ก่อนสักนิดหนึ่งแล้วกันครับ
ครับผม
พี่ปอครับคือด้านนอกที่เรากำลังจะเดินทะลุไปเนี่ยก็
ครับ
จะมีในส่วนของmedical center
มาแล้วไปได้เลยไปนะครับตรงนี้เนี่ยพอนักกีฬาเดินเข้ามาครับพี่ซูเกอร์
ครับ
เขาก็จะผ่านส่วนนี้ไป
ครับผม
นักกีฬาขณะนี้เนี่ยรอที่เส้นสตาร์ทแล้ว จะมาผ่านลายตรงนี้ครับลายตัวนี้ไปเรื่อย
ออก
พวกนี้
เพื่อที่จะไปรวมตัวกัน
ๆ ใช่
ณจุดสตาร์ทนั่นเอง
ใช่เลย ตรงนี้เราส่งผู้ชมมาถึงจุดนี้แล้วครับพี่ซูเกอร์
เราพูดรวบแค่นิดเดียวเท่านั้นเองก็
ครับผม
ผ่านจากนี้ไปมันจะมีจุดพยาบาลนะครับ
ครับ
จุด medical center จุด
ครับ
พยาบาลจุดคอยมัสสาดกล้ามเนื้อต่างๆ
ใช่ครับ
นะฮะแล้วก็มี changing room
ครับผม
อยู่ด้านนอก
ครับ
เผื่อ
ผม
ใครที่ต้องมีการแบบว่าเปลี่ยนเสื้อผ้าใด ๆ ก็มีในส่วนของห้องเปลี่ยนเสื้อผ้าด้วย
ใช่
นะครับมีการดูแลเรื่องความปลอดภัยเต็มที่แน่นอน
ใช่ครับ แต่ว่าตอนนี้เนี่ยพวกเราได้เวลาแล้วครับที่จะไปชมสิ่งที่น่าสนใจครับ
ครับ
พี่ซูเกอร์ ไปชมได้เลยครับ
เชิญเลยครับ
เที่ยวแบบใหม่
มีแต่เรื่องให้ Amazing กลัวแดดแรงๆ แต่คลื่นก็แรงด้วยนี่วู้ไม่กล้ากินอะไรใหม่ๆ รู้อีกที
ไม่เลือก
ร้อยแรง
ห่างกันเล็มน้อยนึงลูก
รักษาระยะห่าง แต่ความเท่เนี่ย ไม่ห่างกันเลย ใส่หน้ากากเข้าหากัน แต่รู้ทันนะไม่ยิ้มให้อ่ะ ช่วยดูแลธรรมชาติ ธรรมชาติดูแลซะงั้น แค่ดูแลกันและกันเพิ่มขึ้นอีกนิด ก็ใกล้ชิดความสุขได้ยิ่งกว่าเดิม ยิ่งไปยิ่งให้ยิ่งสุขใจกว่าที่เคย เที่ยวเมืองไทย Amazing ยิ่งกว่าเดิม
It's time for Thais to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement. Physical and mental strength would lead us to victory. To make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
ฮัลโหลฮัลโหลครับพี่กล้องผมให้อีก1 นาทีนะครับอีก1 นาทีนะครับฮัลโหล1 minuteฮัลโหลโอเคออกไวมากครับอันตรายครับผมไม่ได้เลยครับ30 วิฮัลโหลon your mark
Ya van, acaban de salir. เราละ All right. So off they go. Now they're checking into the first curve of the race. Remember, we've got the Kenyans as the great favorites, Ugandans, and well, we'll also be seeing the Italians for sure. We've already seen one of the Kenyans taking the lead. Most probably it's Patrick. It's either Patrick Kimgeno or Philemon Kiago. So there's Sakhana, the Irishman, also one of the favorites, and we see them running together. There's that's a strange thing. There should be no poles over there. They're not allowed in the race. As you see, it's still a very compact group. Remember, the race starts with 1.5 kilometers on a straight road as they proceed all the way. So the group, the peloton, has a way to get, started before they take on the big climb. We are looking at a 8.5 kilometers. So we'll see about the race. There you go. You see people coming up. We've got plenty of teams. There's Argentina at the end, Australia. So let me remind you, this is the original category for world mountain running. It was back to 1985 in South Tyrol, where it was held for the first time. There you've got the Swiss team, also among the favorites, particularly the women with Maud de Motis and Judith Wider. We have the Italians over there, also. Sarah, I'm at the booth, and but there's no sound. I'm talking, but no sound comes out. Well, of course, but I cannot hear. Now I'm hearing, yes, but it's delayed. There's nobody here. There's nobody here with me. I'm alone. do I talk or do I not talk? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
On the microphone.
No, I didn't hear you before. I hear you while you're talking now. Let me check.
Yes, please.
Be more slow.
Okay. Well, now, as you see, they're taking on the first forest roads. There's one of the Spaniards. We'll see about the race. Basically, we've got surprising news. Well, we haven't seen Uganda. There might have been a confusion at the start. We're still to see them. There's Portugal. And but Uganda was the top favorite, together with Italy, as Kenya only has 2 male runners, which is not enough to score. So therefore, or suppose that's Chile, as you see, the Chileans going there. So basically, it's going to be Uganda and Italy for the gold, if finally the Ugandans have been able to make it to the start line. There's Netherlands, as you see, in the orange t-shirt, back. Also, this is a great opportunity for the American Joe Gray, quite a legend in the sport, has been multiple times world champion, and we look forward to seeing him up at the top slots again. Italy, top 3 runners are arguably Xavier Sarre, Henry Aymon, and the European champion Cesare Maestri. Now, if you look at the Kenyans for the individual title, we should have up there Patrick Kipngeno and also his teammate Philemon Kiriago. Both are always reliable, always solid. From Ireland comes Zach Hanna, who's also one of the top contenders. And there's plenty other teams from Spain. If I were to point out, arguably Oriol Cardona and Mikel Corbera, who was also number 4. Then you also have other runners that would be able to make it a surprise. From the UK, Jacob Atkin, also a good runner. So we've got quite a field over there as we wait now for the next chance. Oops, I hope you can get the video signal. We lost it here. Oh, they go into the trails now. Remember, challenging conditions for those from Europe or North America, northern latitudes. It's a jungle. It's humid. It's hot. Arguably, it will go up to 30 centigrades up there today, and we'll be seeing how things go. Thick foliage, as you notice, barely just that tarmac at the first, and then it's mostly trails with a little part of the forest roads. So there you go on the climb, which gets steeper and steeper in the beginning, and then it relaxes a bit. So we see the different teams: Australia, New Zealand. We've got around 15 male teams, 15 female teams. Let me just round it up for you. The countries that are fighting it out today among the men: there's Argentina, Australia, Belgium. We've got Canada, Chile, Czech Republic, Ecuador, and Ireland, Italy, Japan, Kenya, the Netherlands, New Zealand, North Macedonia, Norway, Portugal, Spain, Switzerland, Thailand, Uganda, and United Kingdom, plus the United States of America. So that's quite a bunch that we have flowing now on their way up. Remember, over a vertical kilometer, 8.5 kilometers length. So it allows for very, very fast speeds at this top of the world. Runners are getting ready for everything. Now they're giving it out the best. Take a look. That's the start and finish for the next races. We shall see how it all goes. It's very impressive facilities here in amazing Thailand, Chiang Mai. For the athletes, everything has been taken care of. As you see, the fair, which is, there's also a popular event for the fans of the sport, which as you see, they're having quite a blast being able to take a look at all the big news, all the big new things all over. So you see, it's basically an event sort of for everybody. Yes, we have the top of the world. You have just seen them take out, fighting it out. And you also have an event for the popular runners. I cannot hear me. I hear me there, but not here. So we'll see. So we keep going out, and you know, there you see the popular runners that will have a chance to enjoy over the very same trails where the best in the world have been running. Remember, we have the male and the female. I'm talking. Are you hearing me? It's being broadcast. You tell me, what do I do? I mean, it's being heard of. Are we live? Do I talk? I not talk. I'm talking, yes, but not there. There's no sound there. I do not know what I'm doing. Nothing.
You cannot hear your
No, I cannot hear it. Can you hear it? There's no sound here. There's no sound.
But we hear when you were talking.
Yes, but I can only hear what I'm hearing here.
But when you were talking to Zero, it was on the line.
I know. So I keep talking. Okay, tell me. But I cannot hear nothing. And I have nothing for this. So this is going to die. If this dies, I see nothing. All right. So we've got 11 minutes going on the race. It will take slightly over an hour. Arguably, we'll see how it all evolves. So please bear with me as we take a look at the forest roads leading out to the place, and plenty of a race to go forward before race. The technical numbers for those of you who are fans of the sport: 8.5 kilometers, elevation gain 1,021 meters. Up here we've got 2 water points. Actually, there is a very slight downhill even right in the middle tableau. You'll see the profile. So it's got like 2 climbs, very steep climb where they're fighting it out right now. Then they've got a kind of a plateau for 1.5K, and then the last final climb to a second plateau, which is in the last stretch. Right there, you see the huge parking spot of the place, and over there, notice those are the thick jungles that surround CHIANGMAI. Very impressive tropical forest. Quite impressive also that we are able to gather 1,000 meters of vertical gain right before here. Remember, CHIANGMAI is a town, a city, which is located at barely 350 meters high. Therefore, those hills up there allow us to have quite an uphill race, quite a challenge, even for world-class athletes. While at the same time, we see even the official team members, there we see Argentina and other nations are able to go through the merchandising of the event and enjoy the facilities.
So now the camera system is now we have a problem. When they will close up to your face, they will send the signal. I will let you know. Now you can just explain.
Now, where do I see the live results? Have you seen? Okay. Yeah, I need something I can see the live results. We're waiting to see the live results, see how we take in the first pass. But as you saw, there was a Kenyan right up on top from the beginning. That's most probably, as I said, Patrick Kipingeno. He's on a class of his own, but probably we will soon see some Italian, Swiss, French, Spaniard trying to catch up with him, as there's no doubt there's talent to challenge. Remember, we had the World Cup in a very steep vertical climb at the Pyrenees, Canfranc, where Joyce Nyeru won the women. She's also a favorite here, together with Mode Mochis, Andrea Mayer. But the male runner from Kenya was beaten. Philemon Kiriago was beaten by Irishman Zach Hanna, who took the silver, and Spaniard Daniel Osant, who took the gold at that event. So we have still to get some input on how things are going with the top runners and the live results. Hope you can see it over there. There you go. Philemon Kiriago has been first. We'll see. Then we have Cesare Maestri, Daniel Kurtz from the States, Saver Sevrier from Italy, then Zach Hanna, Ireland, Johan Buch from Norway, and Patrick Kipingeno from Kenya, and Kovar from Czech Republic, Alex Garcia Carrillo from Spain, together with Mikel Corbera, and then Joseph Gray. So those are the top 11 runners that we've seen, and the first pass was still barely 3 seconds between them. Now we're waiting for the next station. Remember that they're just 2 water stations. It's an explosive race, very fast, and everybody may still take their time. We saw that some of the main contenders were not in the top 10. We saw Joseph Gray in the 11th. We saw Oriol Cardona, 13, and other runners which are biding their time. Remember, it's a demanding course. Strategy plays a big part in this, as we have on the one hand this steep climb where they are right now after 16 minutes into the race, plus then we have the first tableau, then the second mini climb, and then the second final tableau, the home stretch that takes you all the way to the finish line. Philemon Kiriago, he was leading. He's a very explosive runner. It's actually a surprise not to see Patrick ahead, but Philemon, we had the same with him at the World Cup at the Pyrenees. He took up real fast, grinding it out. But unfortunately, by the half of the climb, he was overtaken. He was overtaken first by the Spaniard Daniel Osant in the World Cup, then by Irishman Zach Hanna. So his style is just like that, take off like a rocket. He delivers a great show and also entices the other runners to maybe get off their natural rhythm, just not to allow him to open a relevant gap. However, it did not work there. He could not pull that speed all the way up to the finish line, and he was overtaken. We'll see what happens today, but right behind him, Cesare Maestri, is quite a display. Now we're looking at the women, which are getting ready to go. And so basically we have Cesare Maestri, Chevrier, and Hannah among the top 5. We see Daniel Kurtz. He has not been running in Europe that commonly yet, but we all know that the States have a solid team, and with the trial system, they ensure that their runners, whenever they come, they're always competitive. It's also one of the categories of the 4 categories event here. Remember, uphill today, marathon and ultra tomorrow, and the final event, the classic, on Sunday. So those 4 events, in all of them, we've got different cultures, different styles. Africans are tremendously competitive here today on uphill and on marathon as well. Well, classic too, but not that much on the ultra, where I would say European powers such as Spain, France, Switzerland are very relevant. The marathon has probably the most competitive field. It's, let's say, the most balanced event for all the national teams, while the classic is, and particularly this classic, which will be very similar to the uphill, we will see most of the runners today will also double up for the Sunday event, the classic, as it's not that much different the one from the other. Yes, we will have a downhill and classic event on Sunday, but it's not a steeply technical challenge. As you see over here, the course does not demand for extreme technical skills. The jungle is what it is. It's tough enough to open up those tiny trails to the foliage that they're not rocky or muddy or additional challenges, rather than making it as fast, blazing, so that humid, very humid atmosphere. That is a challenge that not today, not on Sunday with those very short and explosive races, but for the marathon and for the ultra must be taken into very, very serious consideration to ensure that your runner gets to the finish line with no cramps. Remember, humidity, especially for those who are not born to it, to these tropical conditions, is extremely challenging, and it may just drain you of all body fluids that you need to keep on. It will dry you and suck you dry, sweat, blood and tears. So we're still waiting for an update from the live results. Last we had was from the after 4 minutes, and now we've got 21 minutes ongoing for the race, and waiting, still a long way to go. Everything is all open out there, so we'll see how it goes. It's still an open race, and as I said, it will be surprising if it's not Kenya, Italy, Spain, the United States who leads all the way up there. But still, that's the beauty of this sport. Anything may go, anything may happen. Particularly, I say, as most of the runners here are usually running up the mountains with cold, dry atmosphere, and today they're facing heat and tremendous humidity. So they have all to take it into account how they go. We are looking at how the start and finish will be for the next days. Today the finish line is different. We can really, the finish line will be up at the hill, and we will have a direct connection from there. But unfortunately, mates, I very much regret that we're not able to offer you a full follow-up of everything as it goes by. Well, you do see that the fans are quite enthusiastic. That's one of the beauties of this sport, you know, the passion of the fans. Okay, now we have a new update. Kiriago still leading with CHIANGMAI behind him, and Daniel Kurtz after 33 minutes. Estimated time of arrival 33 minutes according to the projection we have, but no, we don't have an update on how they're doing now. Still waiting for that update. And wow, we still see the fans over there cheering on that amazing Thailand support. And we'll see how it goes. As you say, still very much waiting for the upload. Remember, it's a 3-day event for all of us, and the program is quite loaded for different styles, different countries, different types of runners, but all of them have proven their worth, their salt before even getting here. We've got around 900 runners from almost 50 nations getting here together for the first time in history. Remember, the history of the mountain and trail running championships starts here today, but the heritage comes all the way back from 1985, when in South Tyrol, a little bunch of crazy guys took off for what was the first uphill mountain running world champion in history. And it was quite an event that went on and on. It then evolved into the uphill and classic up and down, and later in 2007 there was a world championship from IAU which started the ultra, while before that in 2002 we had the third category by WMRA, which was the long distance, which today we call the marathon. So it was born in this order: uphill, then classic up and down, then marathon, which was then called long distance, and finally the ultra, the youngest category in 2007. And from 2015 onwards, IAU partnered with ITRA to deliver those ultra world championships to a higher level, and therefore from 2007 to 2022 there was the to 2019 in Portugal there was the story of the IAU World Championship, and from 1985 in South Tyrol to 2019 in Patagonia, that was the history of the World Mountain Running Championships, which now come together here, as we see, with our host from Thailand, getting ready for the new start today. As to say, the finish line, let me remind you, is not here. The finish line is not down at Chiang Mai, but up on top of the hills that surround the area. So those are all the authorities that have been able to deliver to all of us this unique, fantastic, amazing Thailand World Mountain Trail Running Championships 2022, first in history, the inaugural edition that will go down in history. It's a good reason to celebrate, don't you think? Now, history is not going to stop here. Once this is done, we will then have a second edition back to the heart of the sport, the cradle, which is the Alps. And there at the Alps in Innsbruck, June next year, from the 6th to the 10th, we will host the second edition of the World Mountain Trail Running Championships by Innsbruck, as they say, same 4 events, but in that case we will have 4 days. So every day will be dedicated to a different event. If you ask me, it's better, for the fans to be able to fully appreciate the strive of the athletes, how they tackle the mountain, tackle all the natural conditions, challenging them up, down, even on the flat. Because remember, the flat does not allow any respite to the runners, because let's say the faster runners try to speed it up on the flat so they can outdistance the more technical and the better climbers. So you always have to strike a balance, while the downhillers always wait for the chance to make a kill on the last home stretch, the final descent down onto the finish line. This category, together with the classic, are arguably the most exciting in terms of the differences between the leaders, because it's just a few seconds in most of the events. It's not strange to see the runners just drop down onto the ground as they cross the finish line, because they've been running barely all the time without oxygen. We'll see, how it moves on. So as I said, we hope to soon have some more info. It's 29 minutes now. Hopefully soon we'll get an update on how they're doing. But still waiting for those runners. As I said, no surprises in the first kilometers, naturally enough. All those top 11 runners, let me remind you, were Philemon Kiriago on this order from Kenya, Cesare Maestri, European champion from Italy, Daniel Kurtz from the States, then Xavier Sevrier from Italy, then Zach Hanna, Ireland, Johan Bug from Norway, Patrick Kipgeno, the Kenyan, and then we have Joachim Kovar from Czech Republic. Alexandro Garcia Carrillo was after that, and then we had as 11th position Joe Gray. Bear in mind, Joe Gray, Kiriago, Maestri, Sakhana, Kipgeno, they're all great veterans, but we've also seen good performances by Alex Garcia Carrillo or Mikel Corvera in the World Cup before and in the European Championships. So we're very much looking forward to see how the race evolves as they are getting closer and closer to the next update, the official timing, where we very much look forward to how those different strategies have been paying back or not. Remember, they will still be in the thick of the event in the uphill section, which will then take them on to a more relaxed flat stretch. Well, relaxed mates for you and me, not for them, that will have to be giving it their very best all the way so as to push their chances. We see at the finish line, the ambient, the atmosphere, stress as well. Remember, it's there we see team members from Spain and Italy and France. There we see the president of WMRA, Thomas Arf, together with Alessio Punzi, who just moved out of the screen from World Athletics, because, as I said, this event is a partnership between the original WMRA, World Mountain Running Association, and then you have the partnership for the Ultra Championships, which was created in 2015 by International Association of Ultra Runners, IAU, together with the technical support of ITRA, International Trail Running Association. So we've got one World Championship coming from World Mountain Running Association, a second championship coming from IAU and ITRA, which merged together under the World Athletics umbrella, World Athletics patronage. And this is what we are seeing now. Today, we are seeing history made here in Thailand at Chiang Mai, where we are witnessing the birth of the first ever World Mountain Trail Running Championship. And we are doing so with, believe me, some of the best, most talented athletes all over the world. I mean, just take a look at the charts. It was exciting for me as we see the ladies, warming up with there's a Spaniard there at the start, and we see people from other countries, Italy, France, the States, always big contenders. So the ladies will soon take off, and we will see quite a fight too between them. It's going to be challenging for them. So let us take a minute to introduce you to the key runners. The countries represented. Oh, there's one of the top contenders from Switzerland, Germany, Italy, Norway. Let me just list up all the countries. That's Charlotte Cotton from Belgium. It's Argentina, Australia, Austria, Belgium, Canada, Chile, Czech Republic, Finland, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Kenya, Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, Romania, Slovakia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Thailand, host of the event, Great Britain, USA, and Venezuela. If you ask me to pick up my favorites for the goal, the ladies field is even more stacked. We've got plenty of world champions already. So if I were to pick up, Andrea Mayer will be the Austrian, twice Olympian, world champion, World Cup champion. I quite remember she still holds the Austrian record for marathon, for street running on marathon. Very talented athlete, Andrea. Then we have all the French. Christelle Deval has also been a world champion. Very talented. Both are great veterans of the sport as well. Yes, we move on to other countries. We must mention the Kenyan Joyce Nyeru, who likes to run also with that peculiar African hairstyle. We saw them blaze the World Cup last year. I mean, he took almost every race on stride, winning just about everywhere. This year she repeated a stunning performance, and no matter what, make it steep, make it flat, she always delivers, very reliable. Oh, here we saw a cooling vest borne by some countries there to prevent excessive heat buildup before the race, right? Take a look, this the athlete which is now crossing the line. She's wearing one of those vests to keep cool. All right. Some countries have devoted. Well, Joyce Nyeru, as I said, one of the top favorites for all the event. And then if we go on to other countries, we still have in Spain, Onditz Iturbe and Laia Montoya. Onditz comes from the Basque country, Euskadi. Laia Montoya comes from Catalonia. The Swedish twins are always safe bet. There we see them. It's Lina and Sanna Kott-Helander, very talented as well, and able to deliver quite a performance in any surface you throw at them. There we see them, the one and the other, right by the arch. And from Switzerland, let me point out to you Maud Motis, also multi-champion, very talented runner, record woman at Sierre-Sinal, arguably the most competitive race every year in terms of mountain running, 31K plus 2,000, and the records are now held by Maud Motis and Kilian Jornet, which delivered a 2019 historic performance. Then also from Switzerland, we've got Judith Weider, great runner. We see very, veteran runners which still are able to push themselves so hard, because this is a very agonizing experience. Believe me, very demanding for any runner. Then from the UK, may I point out Scout Atkin and Holly Page as also athletes that may give a surprise. And in the USA, we've got Ali McLaughlin, who has been, she has really taken the sport in stride, have delivered great performances. There you see the hair by Joyce Nedu as it bounces up and down. Charming athlete, nice as they come. And we also see the Argentinians at the arch warming up as they move after 38 minutes on the race. While remember, we're waiting for the ladies' kickoff while the men are going on. But still, at least in my screen, I cannot see any live results. Oh, there they are. There they are. Seems we had a Swissman first. Then looks like an Italian. The camera broadcasting. Apologies for the coverage, but remember, in the thick of the jungle, it's a tremendous talent. We have to thank our crew for the effort in trying to deliver these images non-stop all through the course. It's never easy on how things are going, but still we will strive to give you the best information on real time. Remember, sometimes we think what we have at home can be assumed it's delivers all over the world. Well, unfortunately not. Here in the thick of the Thailand forest, it's quite a challenge to get a live stream up and going on real time all over the world. So thank you very much to our production crew who is giving it their very best, trying to give us all the best information possible. So there we see runners gathering up at the start for everything, and we'll see how it all evolves. So we're waiting now. They're almost ready to kick off, the women, so let's focus on them for a while, because as I said, in terms of quality, we've got as good a field as you may think of, and from all different walks of life. We've got the Kenyan young at the top of her game. We've got the veterans from Switzerland, Maude, Judith, from France, Christelle, from Austria, Andrea. Believe me, I mean, I've been following the sport for 15 years, and feels very exciting to me to see this combination of veterans, up-and-coming young talents, all the world over. Oh, by the way, let me introduce myself. My name is Sergio Majajo. I am a Spaniard, a journalist in the sport for over 15 years, editor of Carreras de Montana.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the amazing Thailand first World Mountain and Trail Running Championships here in beautiful Chiang Mai, Thailand. It's our pleasure to introduce you to the women's field for the classic uphill race. It's going to be starting in a few minutes, and it's my pleasure to pass it on to my colleague Sergio to introduce you to some of the athletes.
You hear me? Yes, there we see the girls from Japan, from France, from Italy. Remember their singlets? There we see the French, New Zealand, Australia, all walks of life, as I told you. The official, the friend, is Sarah Rowell, a veteran athlete with quite a history herself. And there we're seeing Monica Floria from Romania, one of the good runners today. Susana Sipunski. There's Maude. Take a good look at her from Switzerland. The Venezuelan has chosen no shyness, taking up the front line. Great Britain, Italy, Japan. Well, as you see, it's an open start. You place yourself according to your expectations. So it's not necessarily the top runners that we're seeing at the start. We're seeing runners from all categories, but it's quite an interesting setup, because remember, it's not that challenge, but that's Maude with that focus. Remember, Maude is here with a mission. She was expected to win the last World Championship at Patagonia, but she fell on a gelid river and she was forced to retire from hypothermia. Believe it or not, today her challenge is the heat, the humidity, and they've got almost a mile to race through before they hit the jungle. So they're not that concerned. It's a wide road, they can spread out. So they have time to find their own position. Yori Yoshitsumi was the woman from Japan that we saw. So bear with me. We saw the Kenyan Philemon Kiriago take the lead straight from the start, profiting from his flat speed all out. Probably we may see Joyce Nyeru doing the same here, but we've seen different strategies for different runners, and we will have to wait for them as they challenge themselves one to each other. The finish, Susanna Sapunki, you saw that together with Maude Motis. We'll see if she can say, there they go, the women are out and going. Off they go, and now bear with me to see the strategy. Will somebody take the lead? That's Joyce. That's what I thought. She's got top flat speed, and it's only natural. She believes in herself strongly, and it's only natural that she tries to take the lead straight from the start. There we go on the first curve. Remember, they've got almost a mile to find their own rhythm, their own stride. And if I were, I would let Joyce, take the lead and stay close to her. It's the same strategy that we just witnessed by European champion Cesare Maestri. Just there together with them, we saw a German athlete up together with Joyce in the lead. We hope to get a closer look at them later on to see who is daring, challenging that multi-talented champion. Unfortunately, Joyce is not part of a team. Remember, teams are the first 3 runners on the finish line. So Joyce is running alone. So Kenya will not count for the team category, and therefore that opens up. Uganda has no runners either, so the team category will be very open. We see Mode, Susanna and Joyce have allowed other runners to take the lead at the moment. So as I said, it's not, and we having images from the male race. The Kenya, of course, no surprises here, is on the lead. That's Patrick Kipngeno. Remember, I told you he was the top favorite. He was beating his time.
Here he comes!
And there we see. He's going to win. Almost the finish line. Go, Patrick. Go, go, go. On 46, 47, 48. Congratulations, Patrick Kipngeno, world champion. What a race. He was the favorite from his start, and yes, he delivered. So now let's bear with me, see what we are saying as the rest of the runners. Oh, what an event, what an excitement on top of the hill. Remember, King of the Hill today, more than ever. Congratulations, Patrick. What a win, what a race. Yeah, there's Kenya gets the first world championship for uphill. The unified Patrick Kipngeno, BIP 636 from Kenya. What a season for him. He has delivered great on. If I'm correct, we've got his teammate Philemon Kiriago coming up for the silver. Oh boy, what a performance by Kenya. Yes, there he is. I'm so happy for him. He's always been on the shadow of Patrick, but he's a tremendous runner himself. And there he's going to take the silver for Kenya. What a sweep, honestly. Gold and silver for them. True enough, it was perfect, field for their conditions. Bravo, Philemon. Oh, what a race. He was appalled when he was beaten in the Pyrenees. He came in third. And Alex! Bravo, Alex! Bravo! The Spaniard is delivering a surprising bronze. Good runner. Also racing the Pyrenees. And Switzerland is going to take the chocolate medal. Oh, bittersweet position. But Alex. Oh boy, a European comes in third. There he is. I'm so happy for him. He's crying. Just very, very excited, overcome with tears, and really, he deserves it. He's had a difficult year. He's been building up, and he gave it all his best. Bravo, Alex. And closing up the top 5. We're waiting for the next runner. Let's see. Ireland, Sakhana. Joy Hayden from Switzerland, 4th. Sakhana closes the top 5. And then we see more and more runners coming in. Joseph Gray, number 6 on the finish line. So Cesare Maestri, 7. 44.59 for the winner. Patrick Kipngeno, 49.24. And there we have the podium. Yes, they have. Let's see how we can have a photo of them. So, Philemon Kiriago, 48.24. Alex, 49.3. Yes, there we have the 3 men at the podium. And there's Mikel Corbera from Spain making it to the finish line, as well as runner from Canada. All the way. So after Cesare Maestri, teammate Xavier Sevrier was 8th at the finish line, all very much together. So what a finish for all. Well, it's been an exciting race. Now we will keep on seeing. Remember, there are about 80 runners, and now we will have the flower ceremony. So it's not the official final ceremony. No, it's not. But it is. There's Alex. Bravo, Alex. Enhorabuena. Congratulations. Enhorabuena, Alejandro García Carrillo and Zach Hanna. They fought each other in the Pyrenees. Sana beat Alex then. Today, Alex beat Zach, and before them came Philemon, who was beaten by Zach there, and before everybody, the world champion today from Kenya, Patrick Kipngeno. As we see more and more runners coming around to the finish. Yes. Wait here with us for the flower ceremony right up on the finish line. And there's Thomas Sarf, president of WMRA, congratulating the podium winners. What a finish, what an emotion for all of us. There's a Norwegian athlete making it to the finish, and we see all of them. It's been very challenging. There's Oriol Cardona, not his best day. But he will double at the hill. You see more runners coming in all the time. So let's say the moment we get the top 20, I will sum them up for you. Oh, there's the Swiss team celebrating. So top 20 in now. Patrick Kipngeno, Philemon Kiriago, Alejandro García Carrillo, Joy Hayden, Zach Hanna, Joseph Gray, Cesare Maestri, Xavier Sevrier, Marek Kraskina, Alexander Ricard, Johan Biggs, Jonas Soldini, Mikel Corbera, Remy Leroux, Chris Richards, Joe Stewart, Andrea Royston, Fabian Aversold, Jackin Kovar, and Cameron Smith. Those make up the top 20 with Oriol Cardona 21, Jacob Atkin 22, Haldan Emil Faedo, Norwegian 23, Daniel Kurtz, USA 24, and Victor Snagel 25. Oh, there you see the flower ceremony. Personally, I think it's a most charming celebration of the runners. And let's see if we can get a general shot of the three of them, yes, celebrating. And here we are crowning the victor. Yes, yeah, there you go. Kenya, gold and silver. Spain takes the bronze. What a race. Tremendous. Beautiful, beautiful event. The one we have witnessed, by all. And it's been very impressive for all. Very beautiful also. And there you go, top runners. Celebrating, enjoying, savoring, because what they delivered today is an outstanding performance, and it will go down in history. First ever winners of a World Mountain Trail Running Championship. Once again, yes, celebrate, get your picture taken. Patrick, Philemon, Alex, because you guys are going down in history. It's, I think, also great testimony to how global the sport has become these days. We get people from all over the world, which are giving us a great spectacle. And now we will soon go back to other parts of the course. Remember, we still have those runners, female runners, giving it their best, and still the female race is very much open, and we will have to see how it all delivers, it all develops as we see runners coming all the way behind. See one of the Spaniards over there. It's not the best day for Guillermo Albert, but he made it to the finish line. As I told you, it's very demanding conditions for all, and I'm impressed. There's Alejandro celebrating with Paloma from the Spanish Federation, and they have delivered a very impressive performance for all of us. Very beautiful also race that we were able to. And there we have the world champion Patrick Kimgeno. Remember, he won, I'm not saying by a landslide, but really the gap they opened for this thing is extremely impressive. It's 46.51 for the winner, 48.24 for the silver medal, Philemon Kiriago, and then 49.03 for the third one. Well, we still see more runners coming up. You see, pounding it. A Canadian going through the motions. Obviously, it's not the best of their dreams, but let's be honest. I mean, taking part in a world championship is just take, the race is a dream come true. There we see a Chilean going down the home stretch. Bravo Chile, bravo Argentina. A huge travel from them from South America all over to the finish line. I told you about cramps before. Remember, this Canadian athlete seems to have had a hard time. There's the Chilean right behind. And we see how runners keep coming in, how the victor is sharing his feelings with the runners. Everybody at the finish line, quite excited. very impressive. Honestly, these athletes are just kind of a bittersweet thing when you finish, right? But you saw the excitement on the first 20-30. It's a very, I would say, demanding specialty in terms of the mind as well, because you've got to push, no respite, no way, just push. You never know if the guy that took off went straight ahead, you will be able to catch up. We see Portugal, we see, I think, New Zealand. As I said, global sport, global attendance, for all of us. And I think we must congratulate ourselves on this different terrain, thick forest in the jungles, hot, humid, Great Britain now crossing the line. We have Ecuador, we have Portugal. All of them, just, I told you, they would drop down as they finished. It's been very demanding for everybody today, and no wonder. No, it's and we see now the women taking on the back of the women peloton. The leaders will be taking it on stride, just killing it. But as I said, we cannot get all the moments from start to finish. So let's hope we soon see some update from the female runners, which, as we saw, were giving it a different strategy. And now the first thing we saw, now we go back to the women. The first checkout was Teresa Hrusova from Czech Republic, 4:23, together with Ali McLaughlin, USA, then Monica Floria, Romania, then Lauren Gregory, USA, and right behind them, the top favorites, Modi Matisse, Switzerland, Joyce Nyeru, Kenya. Also with them were Susanna Sapunki, Finland, Kate Avery from Great Britain, Scout Atkin, Great Britain as well, then Gloria Antonia, Italy, then Elena Stephenson, Australia, Judith Wider, Switzerland, and Selena Burch. Those were the top 13 women, but remember, it's not how it starts, but how it ends. That was the standing after barely 4 minutes. And we also have to celebrate the teams, how it all went. And we are now seeing Italy celebrating. What a team race. True, Uganda had this thing with them, but Italy is the world champion. Yes, the first runner was Cesare, 7. Their second runner was Xavier. And remember, it's as points that they get. So Cesare gets 7 points, Xavier 8 points, and it's the addition of those first 3 runners that will then tell us who is the winner in the category, the team sports. And there you see the 3 runners from Portugal, mud, sweat, and tears, literally celebrating. And we still got to see excitement building up at the finish line. We're waiting for the female runners. We'll see. Now we have to wait with the rest of the teams. See, landing, and also remember we still have the ladies. Okay. Argentina, there you see them celebrating the finish. And as I said, it's been an exciting event for all the teams. Very challenging, very open, over 16 teams in the male category. So that was also the Thailand team. We are very happy to see them, giving their best. It's been very moving, may I say, to see the world coming together after the COVID, after the pandemic, coming together here at Chiang Mai, amazing Thailand, and delivering this very impressive performance for all of us. Beautiful fight to the finish line. Honestly, yes, I did expect the Kenyans to be up there. No, I did not expect them to win by such a landslide and making a clean sweep. Neither was expected for Alex to deliver such a wonderful performance. But in terms of the team, Italy taking the gold, it was in the books. It was to be expected. While we still see runners coming down, we see our camera runner. Bear with us, our camera runner who is showing us all the details and enjoying the celebration, how they take on the home state. There's the team, Great Britain, together with Ireland. More and more runners crossing the line after 1 hour. Honestly, the speed of Patrick and Philemon surprised myself. I was not expecting them to arrive that early. Congrats. Impressive performance. Sincerely. Remember, we had the European champion, Cesare Maestri. We had Xavier Sebrier. There's let's say, benchmarks of solid, consistent, every time performing. And today, they were hardly able to make, they were out of the top 5. That means today, the guys ahead really, really blazed it. Impressive. Now we see the Chileans also, they're celebrating. Very, very good for all of us, what we have witnessed here today. We went through the first 25 men before. All right, the Portuguese team also celebrating. It's been, as I said, very beautiful. After 1 hour, 60 minutes for the men and 21 minutes for the women. So now we are taking a look at what the women may give us today. As we noticed at the start, if Philemon took off from the start and Patrick was there pacing himself, in the women we saw the top 10 on a more, let's say, balanced, neutral attitude for all. So we still have to see how the race plays out for them, for the women.
4 more runners.
Oh, there's New Australia.
Another Thailand มาแล้วครับนักกีฬาทีมชาติไทยบุญถึงศรีสังมาแล้วค่ะ
Okay.
Here Thailand บุญถึงศรีสังค่ะ Thai National Team นักกีฬาทีมชาติไทยวิ่งระยะไกลบุญถึงศรีสัง
Well, we keep seeing the celebration. Well, obviously for the Thailand runners, they're very happy to, represent their country at this event, which is a historic landmark for Thailand to host a World Mountain Trail Running event such as this, first ever in history. Let me once again thank Thailand for their support of the sport. They've put so much effort, and you wouldn't believe it how many Thailandese people are involved in this event: volunteers, officials, technicians, and Ministry of Tourism. It's a big deal for them, and I think it's only fair to show our appreciation of what they have put together for us. I mean, the facilities for the athletes were superb. Just getting off the plane, honestly, it was, you would feel welcome. It's a everybody who's been can very hospitable country, and I can tell you the athletes were very happy to be given this warm, friendly, welcome attitude by every person here in Thailand. Well, we now see the athletes, sharing the aftermath of the battle. Never easy, but exciting for them today. Now, everybody, celebrating. We still see runners coming through, but we're waiting for the women. If the men took 46 minutes, the women will not take that much. We'll see, how it happens.
Our Thai national team, Atit Sona 656.
Okay, as you see, big excitement when the Thailandese cross the line for all, because to each his own. It's different achievement for me as a runner. My personal achievement is to cross the finish line, maybe ahead of my peers. For an athlete such as Philemon, Patrick, Alex, they want to win. For other athletes, it's being at the World Championship is a celebration in itself. And I think it's only fair to celebrate with them what they have done, what they have delivered for us. It's something that we will be, remembering for a long time. So we've got a bit of time before the ladies come through. So let me summarize. World champions, male category, Patrick Kikingeno as Kenyan, and in the team category, Italy won the title with their top 3 runners. It was Henry Aimon coming on the 28th, who was the tipping point for Italy to become world champion. So remember and bear this in mind for all the days to come. The team are to be in mountain running is the top 3 runners, which make the points. It's different from trail running. In trail running, it will be the top 4 runners, and it will not be the position, but rather it will be the time, the natural time. So Italy, in example, won the world championship here because it had, bear with me, the number 7 runner, which was Cesare Maestri. Then we had Xavier Sevrier, who was 8th. And then we had Henry Aimon, if I'm not missing anybody in between, who was 28th. Therefore, there was 7 plus 8, 15, and then 28, that's 33 points scored. And that's why Italy came in 2nd. So now the rest, the silver and bronze medals, will be determined by how the other runners deliver. An example, Spain, we had Alejandro, who took 3 points as he was 3rd. Then Mikel took 13 points as he entered that 13th position. And then we had Oriol, 21st. Oh, no. So then we have to reconsider, and see the medals, how they're given away. It's Spain had 3 and 13 and 21, so 16 and 21 is 37, so Spain is ahead. Now we're going to see the official podium. There's the Spanish team. And you see Guillermo Albert was pointing out to Alex, leader of the... We got a message from Italy saying thank you, Tito. And well, I told you Spain would have been a surprise. Yes, Spain has been a surprise, definitely. It was unexpected to deliver a goal. Yes, it was expected personally to hit the podium, as Uganda was not taken out and as Kenya did not have a team, but Italy was the top favorite, and no, it did not. Spain took the gold, and I think, well, as an Spaniard, it's impressive. So Spain comes out ahead, and then we have to check for the other runners. We're still waiting for the official podium photo of the teams at the finish line. Not yet available. We still have to wait. And we are also waiting for the women. Okay, so the team performance, we're waiting, let's see. Okay, because if you check the live results, you will see the timing, but as I told you, the timing is not that relevant in this case. So we have Italy with 7, 8, 17, 28. Then Switzerland took number 4, 12, 18, 26. And Spain took 3, 13, 21, 36. So now it's for the officials to send, but according to my calculations, it's the top 3, so that would be Spain coming out ahead, 16, 34 of Italy, but Switzerland coming ahead of both of them, if my calculations provisional are correct. So I'm still waiting, because the official live teams result lists the first 4 runners, but remember, should be the first 3. And according to my personal own calculations, which might be wrong, we've got Switzerland with runner 4, Joey Hardron, and runner 12, Jonas Soldini, and runner 18 scoring for the team a total of 34 points, which should put them ahead of Spain. Silver with 3 points, Alejandro Garcia, 13 points, Miguel Corbera, and 21 points, Oriol Cardona, for a total of 37. And then Italy would be 4th with 7 points. Italy will be the bronze medal with 7 points by Cesare Maestri, 8 points by Xavier Sabrier, and 17 points by Andrea let us see if we have any final official confirmation. Remember, we still have the officials to check. If the top 4 counts, then it's Italy who takes the win, and Switzerland the silver, and Spain the bronze. So waiting for the last details, waiting for the official confirmation. But in any case, the medals are there for sure. It's Italy, Switzerland, Spain, and waiting for the official podium and confirmation. Remember, there may be some things which happen in between, and the officials have still to sanction officially the thing. Okay, we see the team booths. Okay, what you're seeing now is the officials and the volunteers helping out the runners, because most of these runners will double up. We will see almost all of them again next day.
2 kilometers for the male. We are
And
waiting for 2 more to coming.
still waiting for the ladies. We still have got a way to go because it's 35 minutes for the ladies, and if the male winner took 46 minutes, well, obviously the ladies will take a bit more, and we will have quite excitement there. So yes, we're getting confirmation from the Italian team manager Tito Tiberti and Paolo Germanetto that yes, we may now break the news to you. Italy is the gold winner, silver by Switzerland, Spain gets the bronze. So well, I told you from the beginning, Italy was one of the top favorites and they delivered. I'm very happy for them. It's I was about to say a religion, not a religion, but mountain running is so big in Italy. So many people, so many races, such a love of these intense, killing races that play out in under an hour, which, as you've seen for the TV, it's very impressive to see athletes giving it 100% of their effort all the time, from the start to the finish. They almost never stop, and it's very difficult for them to pace themselves. You know, just giving it a bit too much, you get hit and you lose. It happened with the American, remember? That was taking it at the beginning and then had to fall through. So let's take a look at the other teams. The United States, with 6 points from Joseph Gray, 20 from Cameron Smith, and 24 from Daniel Kurtz, gets the chocolate medal. The United Kingdom closes up the top 5 with Chris Richards, Joe Stewart, Jacob Atkin, scoring 15, 16, and 22. Oh, talk about consistent performance by the team. Daniel Howarth was 41st, closing up the team. Then number 6 goes to the Czech Republic with 9, 19, and 25. But we still have to see, as I said, that's what the official race result is delivering. We will have to wait, you know, for the sanctioning. For all of you that are following this to the live result page, there's a special, go to the list, and then you've got live teams at the, you see, list, you've got live and then live teams. And then in team category, you've got male or female as well. So remember, as a team, you need 3 members to score. So unfortunately for Kenya, they were not able to score. So we still have to see how it plays out for the female teams as well, because Switzerland, which is doing great, according to the live result data, has only 2 runners, which has been to the first 5 minutes. So that will not allow Switzerland to score as a team in the female. So it will be a very open race as well, as we've seen here. Okay, still calculation. Okay, and remember the female, we've got plenty of world champions fighting it out. In the female race, we've got Maude Matisse from Switzerland, we've got Kristen Del Valle from France, we've got Andrea Mayer from Austria, and Joyce Nieru from Kenya. Arguably, any win by any of those 4 ladies would not surprise me. So it's a very open. But as we saw with Alex, the Spaniard who took the bronze, you never know who will deliver an outstanding performance. We saw Ali McLaughlin, quite a newcomer to the sport, who was leading the first pass. Well, why not? Ali and Lauren from the States, may deliver quite a performance, as we've seen. It's still very open. We also have Judith Wider, as I told you. It's usually Judith has to run under the shadow of Maude, but this might be her day. Philemon was not able to pull the trick on Patrick, and Patrick beat him once again. Life is tough when you're great, but there's one guy who is slightly greater than you. Rivals of Kilian Jornet have had to endure that for a long time coming now. So it's arguably the athlete that we would all love to see in Innsbruck performing as well, because if Siersinal is in any guidance, he might be beaten, as it happened this year. He finished 5th, but he's rarely beaten. So it would be great to see a rematch of that Siersinal in a world championship in any of the events, because one of the challenges of the sport is to master the 4 different events, the skills that you need to be dominant in the uphill and the classic are relatively similar. The marathon is a different ball altogether, and the ultra 80k more even so. That's arguably why for most of us Kilian Jornet is considered the greatest of all times in terms of trail running or mountain running. Mountain running legends in history are, in example, Italian. Hello Argentina, congratulations. I'm saying legends in mountain running are Marco De Gasperi and Jonathan Wyatt. The Italian Marco De Gasperi and Jonathan both have been several times World Cup winners, World Championship winners, and funny enough, Jonathan shared team with Kilian for several years at Salomon, and it was Kilian who, after almost 15 years, was finally able to take on a mythical Jonathan Wyatt's record at Siersinal. So Kilian, Jonathan, Marco, if you're out there, we remember you, we miss you here. While we're still waiting for the ladies, the first. Well, one other legend in mountain running has been with us today. It's Joe Gray. He's been also very multi-times world champion. Now a veteran, but still highly competitive, as you have noticed. And well, See Denmark, Ecuador, Spain, Finland. Those are the team booths where they may now relax, rehydrate. We see Mikel there talking to his counterpart of Great Britain. It's been, as I said, a very demanding race for all of us. So, well, I think we must, those are the partners, EAU, World Athletics, Thailand, Amazing Thailand. Thank you for summing up those who have been involved and WMRA. So, thank you, Tito. From the finish line, Italia 32 points, Switzerland 34 points, Spain 37 points, USA 50 points, Czech Republic 53 points, Great Britain 55 points. So those are the team standing, final team standing as far as we know. We're still waiting for the official proclamation, but that should be it. But that is what we're seeing at the moment for the men. Remember, we've still got the ladies race, which is coming close to the finish. They've got 44.42 seconds of the race. And remember, Patrick, the winner, took slightly more, 46. So I would probably in less than 10 minutes we might have the world champion winner for the ladies here with us. Would it be Joyce? Would it be Christelle? Mode? Ali from the States? We certainly have a very deep field today. Might be a Spaniard again up in the podium. On Dietz, Maria, Laia. Well, we'll see. Just in a few minutes, while we can celebrate and congratulate the teams. So Italy has taken the gold. Congratulations. And Patrick Kipingano has taken the individual gold. Congratulations to both of them. Beautiful, beautiful event. It's kind of, as I said, it's a breakneck speed, very demanding, but very beautiful if you appreciate it. Every one of these events has its own strategy, its own culture, its own kind of athlete, and being competitive in all of them, it's only for the chosen ones. As of now, just a few come to mind. In example, Luis Alberto Hernando is best known for being 3 times ultra world champion, so far top in history. But Luis Alberto Hernando was always competitive as well in the marathon event and in the uphill event. In fact, he started at most of the young runners as an uphill specialist. Same can be said of Marco De Gasperi, who was a wonderful classic and uphill runner before moving on to the marathon and hitting podiums in Segama and all over the world. And then he's now been racing at ultra, maybe not with that much success, but also been extremely competitive. And then Jonathan, in example, Jonathan Wyatt, chose never to move really beyond the classic distances, focusing on uphill and classic or half marathon. We've yet to see him race an ultra. Jonathan, if you're there, I dare you, mate. And but Kilian's versatility has been pretty unique in history, fighting it out, even taking records in uphill, the vertical kilometer, the classic distances, the long distance in Sierra now, 10 times winner, record holder, the marathon, winning Segama, record holder of Segama. And the ultra, remember, as of this year, Kilian became the first man ever to win the 100 miles of Chamonix 4 times and is now the record holder for Segama. So in the ladies, we do not have as yet such a versatile athlete. Mode has been outstanding in the 3 events, the uphill, the classic and the marathon, but has chosen not to move beyond that. And I would say she's probably the most versatile. Traditionally, the Africans have not been focused upon the ultras. Okay, I stand corrected. The official from the finish line, Sarah Rowell, corrects that we still do not have a formal official final result. So it's taken as provisional. Everything we are now saying is still yet provisional. As I mentioned before, officials have to deliver the final result and the final classification. Okay? So we will still see how things have moved. The men, yes, we know it's official, the individual, the podium stands, but the team podium still open. So we're waiting for Sarah Rowell to confirm formal result confirmation. Thank you, Sarah, for the update. Remember, today is the only day that we are broadcasting on separate locations. We are at the start of the event, down at the CHIANGMAI Convention Center, while the finish line is way up at the top of the hill, where we are seeing all this. In any minute now, any second, we may see the first women. It was 46 for the men, so let's wait a few more minutes for the top women. Anytime they may be coming home. But very, very open. Let me remind you again, very good women running, and the only reference we've got so far was the first 4 minutes, so it's not highly representative, but at least you can get a feeling for it. At the first 4 minutes, the women that we had at the top were Teresa Hroshova, Czech Republic, Ali McLaughlin, the States, Monica Florea, Romania, Lauren Gregory, USA, Mode Matisse, Switzerland, Joyce Nieru, Kenya, Zuzana Saponki from Finland, Kate Avery from Great Britain, Scout Atkin, Great Britain, Gloria Ritantonia, Italia, and Elena Stephenson, Australia. Those were the first 11 runners, which were within 3 seconds at the first 5 minutes, naturally enough. And then came Judith Wider, Selina Burke, Rachel Tomasic, Holly Page, Pavla Skorna, and Golden Versigel, Elisa Sortini, Adeline Martin Roche, quite a veteran from France. He's been everything in this sport. Alessia Skyner, Ruth Jones, Clementine Joffrey, Gabriela Bertsova, and then Eundice Iturbe in 24 were the first Spaniard. So different strategies, different techniques. Remember, in the men, we saw the same. Philemon leading from the start, but then it was Patrick who overtook him and took the win, took the gold. And Alex was quite relaxed in the beginning and then sped up till he finished up high in the podium. So we're still taking a look at the provisional results for all things and the photos of those runners that have been with us, the celebration. That's why we are still to see the final proclamation with the teams, the male teams, while we're waiting for the world champion of the women here at amazing Thailand, CHIANGMAI. Oh, what a deja vu to the moment where Patrick Kipingeno was blazing it out to the finish line. His season was being, I mean, the guy has won just about everything except for Cercinal, who went to Spaniard Andrew Blanes, who will race tomorrow at the Classic. Patrick almost took a clean sweep of everything he raced this year. It has not been the perfect season, but it has come pretty damn close to it, believe me, which was a challenge to his teammate, Philemon Kiriago. It was similar for the ladies. There was Philemon coming in second, very happy. In the ladies, we had a similar situation with the veteran Lucy Murigi being outperformed by Joyce Nieru in almost any race. Still, there was a beautiful fight. There was a few seconds between them, but almost always, yes. And there was Alex Garcia Carrillo taking the bronze, together with the two Kenyans. They were very happy because they did deserve it. And also, we should congratulate, because it's always a difficult position to come in, being fourth in a world championship. And there we go. Do we have a world champion for the women? Yes, there you go. What a race, what a finish. We told you it was a newcomer to the sport, but how she is racing. And there you go, world champion for the United States, Gregory Lauren. She chose to give it her best from the start. She passed by with Ali leading the team, and she has held up to win. And now we have the veterans coming up from behind. Never easy. There you see from Germany, number 507. And from Switzerland, Modemotis 544. Yes, what a podium here today for the women. Beautiful race. It's now official. We have the female podium. Yes. There you go. Gold for the United States, silver for Germany, and bronze for Switzerland. Congratulations. No, for Austria, my apologies. So congratulations, Andrea Mayer, for that silver that came when most unexpected, and Modemotis the bronze, and Lauren takes the gold. Congratulations, ladies. Brilliant, brilliant win. The time, we're still waiting for the official time confirmation. Let me see. Now we have an update. We have final times. So it's Ali McLaughlin, 55.15, world champion. Andrea Mayer, silver, 55.41, silver. And Modemotis, 56, takes the bronze. So, sorry, the title on the screen was not correct. The American winner, as I said right now, is Ali McLaughlin. She was a newcomer to the sport, but she has consistently performed at the top of the game. The Romanian Monica Florea takes the fourth, and Ondit Iturbe top 5. Congratulations, Ondit. Congratulations, Monica. Oops. Come on, Monica. Bravo, bravo, bravo. So we have the top 5. Ali McLaughlin, gold. Andrea Meyer, silver. Maude Motis, bronze. Monica Florea, fourth on the Citurbe 5. That is the United States, Austria, Switzerland, Romania, Spain. Sixth position goes to Susanna Sapunki from Finland. Oh boy, and now we still have the team to deliver the flower ceremony. Now that's record timing, celebrating and honoring the world top 3. The top runners we've seen today. There we go. So, Andrea Meyer, silver. Ali McLaughlin, gold. Maude Motis, bronze. There we have the ladies at the flower ceremony, which is not the official medal ceremony, which will come later.
From Czech Republic. And here we come, Hannah Gruber.
There you go. There you see them. Well. Since Ali was not brought up as a mountain runner, but rather as a cross-country skier, I'm so happy for her, because well, it's not that surprising. So, a very good index of performance in uphill is your VO2 max and your weight to power ratio. Nowadays also measured in watts. And cross-country skiers are really among the top world athletes in any sports in terms of VO2 max, their aerobic capacity, since they use both their lower extremities and upper. It's impressive, and therefore if they can put that aerobic capacity to full performance when climbing an uphill, that's great for them all. And we are not surprised, and I'm sure we will be, hearing more of them. We traditionally have been seeing, there's the veteran French women, yes, they're still coming to the line. It's remember, after Susanna Sapunki, we had Elisa Sortini from Italy, Christelle Delval from France, Teresa Horchova from Czech Republic, that was 9th, and then Hannah Grover, 10, Scout Atkin, 11, Lauren Gregory, 12, Judith Wider, 13, Ruth Jones, 14, and as you just saw, Madeleine Martin-Roche, former world champion, 15 in the ultras. So Madeleine, we should consider her also as a versatile athlete, able to play the game from 50. There you go, she's in the camera now. So congrats, Madeleine, great race. We now see more and more girls coming, and as it happened with the male field, it's never easy, never for none of us.
2 miles coming, Sylvia Schrager from Slovakia, and Pavla Shigrada from Czech Republic, and
yes, thanks Laurent Laloupe, he's telling us from the Swedish national team, the twins, Lisa and Sana Elcott. Well, it's they gave it their best, but it's not been the best days for them. But remember, most of these athletes will have a second chance come Sunday for the Classic, and the skills will be slightly different. They would also have to be great descenders, but I would expect most of the top 10 to be quite similar in both the uphill and the Classic. I told you, it's an exhausting, it's a demanding specialty. You now see one runner has just fallen after crossing the line. They gave it the very best, and they incur in oxygen depth, but they want to cross the line. So it's not strange. We always see it constantly in scheme engineering. In the time, access drop down. Instead of passing the finish line, even though he's at the best in the world, probably because of that, they are able to push themselves to the very limit and give it all they got. It's the beauty of this so intense events, both the vertical, this uphill, and the classic, which we will enjoy on Sunday, which demands different skills from those that you need for mountain marathon and for an ultra. It messes. There's another Spaniard, that's Maria, I think. Yeah, Maria Ordóñez. There she goes, from Salamanca, living in Navarra by Pamplona. Remember, every one of these athletes is giving it their best yet because their team standing depends on them. No? It's the first athletes, and that's the beauty of this World Championship. An athlete runs for him or herself, but also runs for her or his country. And there it is. Vamos España! Bravo! Bravo Maria! There's Sweden! One of the twins coming in. Not the best day for them. And we see there's Portugal, New Zealand, Australia, Germany. As I told you, giving it their best, Switzerland. And UK, is that it? Yeah, no, Norway. That was Lina Koth-Helander, position 29. And then the Portuguese was Joana Soares, position 31, in between Canadian Kerry Leberg. We now see Simon Troxler from Switzerland, 32nd, Monica Solvang from Norway, 33rd. They're just crossing the line as we speak. There you see. And Charlotte Cotton, the Belgian veteran, 34th. Let's see who else is about to come by. Come on, that was Charlotte. Oh. My heart goes out to you, Joyce. Obviously, she's had either cramps, twisted ankles, something, but she has chosen to finish. Bravo, Joyce. You honor the sport. I was shocked, honestly. I was shocked. Joyce Nero, who has won almost everything this year, comes in 35th, basically walking through the finish line, hurt, very much hurt, but she chose to finish instead of retiring. She chose to make it all the way. Bravo, Joyce. Bravo, that's part of the beauty of this sport. And she congratulates Charlotte, who just passed her. That's also part of what this sport is all about. Yes, we fight each other to the limit while we're competing. But the moment we cross the line, we're all friends. We all share a passion for the mountains. And I wish it to stay like this forever. We're happy, we're blessed to have these things. That's this thing, you know, Mikel from the Spanish team celebrating with Charlotte, who speaks very fluent Spanish. She lives in Spain, in fact. We're all friends and celebrate together and enjoy. We train together, we help each other. Remember, it's arguably the only sport in the world when it's mandatory. If you're giving it your best to win, but your rival falls, it's mandatory. All right, bravo, Laia. It might be the tipping point for Spain. Laia, it's all open. Every one of these runners may be decisive. For Laia comes in 38th, Laia Montoya from Spain. And after Joyce, we had Louise Sarp from Australia and Anita Iversen from Norway. There's Andrea. Take a good look at her. I told you, she is history alive. And there's Laia. Bravo, Laia. Estoy muy contento por ti. She's a very young runner, which is, I mean, making it into the sport and making giant, growing by leaps and bounds. There's the Portuguese team throwback to the moment when they were starting. That was Susanna together with Mode. Susanna from Finland. She was top 6. And what a beautiful side that was. Andrea, focused. She wanted the win. She gunned for the win with Joyce. That was a beautiful, beautiful race by the women with plenty of surprises too. I hope we are able to see well, I still would like to talk to Joyce, see what happened to her. She's got technical skills, very good technical skills. We saw that at the Pyrenees in a very, very demanding and technical race, such as Canfranc, with 16 kilometers and 1600 up and down. She made a huge, wonderful race. She did not beat Grayson Murphy's record, but she took the lead this year. That was Ali taking the win here today. And it would be interesting to see what happened to her. Okay. I told you, we celebrate, we share, we enjoy, and we congratulate each other. These 3 top women today are also a showcase of what I was telling you. The sport is getting global, but it's still attracting new talent. That the young American coming from cross country, sharing it with the 2 veterans from Austria and Switzerland, and the Romanian fourth. Romania is so many times undervalued. That was the final stretch by Ondic. But Romania has super runners in all the 4 events. We have Ionut Zinka, we have here Monica Floria in the short distances. We have Lionel Manole and so many other runners in the ultras. So Romania, one of the powerhouses, although not with the media attention perhaps that other countries, but they did deserve it. Now still getting more and more runners through to learn. Remember, we had more than 70 women competing today, and every one of them may be key for their team. So it's not surprising that we still see runners falling and because they have given everything they had. We had, after the top 30, we are now seeing the rest of the female runners as they are coming through the finish line. So let me celebrate their names with you. The top 25 ended with Selina Berg, and then we shared Raquel Tomac, Gabriela Bergetova, Maria Ordóñez, Lina Kothelander. It was Kerry Labrec, it was Joanna Soares, it was Simon Truckler, it was Monica Solvan, it was Charlotte Cotton, Joyce Nyeru, 35. And then after then we had Louise Sharp, Anila Ilshare, Laia Montoya, Judy Giusimi, Maria Florencia Milanesi, Andrea Rico, Elena Stephenson, and Sana, the other twin, Kothelander. Now Sarah Douglas has just tipped the line. There she goes. Norwegian, also New Zealand, Swedes, Austrians, Spaniards. Okay. There she is. Andrea, still trying to recover. Okay, there you see Andrea is celebrating with Maria Florencia Milanesi from Argentina.
Congratulations, 502 Maria Belanchare from Argentina! Woo! She did it! She did
The
it!
Argentinians are so happy celebrating. I mean, bear with me, the Argentinians had to pass the plate, ask for money to travel here. You know, they were here because of the crowdfunding. Así que Argentina, si estáis ahí, podéis estar muy orgullosos de lo que habéis conseguido. Habéis sido vosotros, los aficionados, los que habéis traído a vuestro equipo. Enhorabuena. Excuse me, because these athletes have been crowdfunding to travel, the Argentinians. Their national federation was unable to support them, so they relied on the fans. Out of the 49 that were enticed to represent their country, 34 were able to come thanks to this crowdfunding. So the fans are to be congratulated because they literally made it possible for their runners to be here in Thailand. And there's Chile as well, always the great contender with Argentina for South American dominance. That was Janet Macarena. Remember, from Argentina we had Maria Florencia Milanesi and Maria Belén Sanchez, who just toed the line in positions 40 for Maria Florencia and 45 for Maria Belén. Hey, Andrea, ¿cómo estás? Young runner as well. Okay, thank you all for being with us. In just 10 minutes we will be finishing this. Remember, tomorrow we have the two long events. Hi, hola Argentina, hola Chile, lo pasamos filete acá con ustedes. Re lindo Argentina. Well, as I said, tomorrow we have the marathon and we have the Ultra 80K. Today we have one side of the sport, the most intense, agonic races. You saw them. Tomorrow we have the balance, the perfect balance to me, that is represented by the marathon. Arguably, is the king of all distances. To me it is, because it requires speed, yet it requires endurance. It requires a wild heart. It also requires a cool mind. So that's why, to me personally, it's the most complex. And then, but as a mountain runner myself, I personally love the ultras. It's where I usually run myself, because in the ultras it's more of a personal trip. In this case, 80K. Well, 80K for the elite best, they go at great speed. But for the popular runners like me, it's a trip rather than through the terrain, through myself. And I think that's different about mountain running, about trail running. The mountains bring out the best in ourselves. I believe the mountain is always greater than any of us, and therefore we help others, support each other, compete, yes, but mostly we share. And we've seen it here in the most agonic, most intense. You've seen, things like Joyce Nehru, world champion, coming in 35th because she did not want to give up. That's beautiful to me. It was also beautiful to see Ali or Patrick, world champions, because they were the best today. So the true happiness of them all, and I think the happiness of all the fans from all over the world that have been with us here today, witnessing the birth of something unique. Thank you, World Athletics. Thank you, Amazing Thailand. Thank you, IAU, for the trail running organization. Thank you, ITRA, for the trail running organization. Thank you, WMRA, for the mountain running organization. if all of these partners had not come together, this would not have been here. And it was tough, to see the event postponed. Yes, it was. I was at Patagonia 3 years ago. It was a wonderful event. As it was Peña Golosa, the World Championship the year before, 2018 in Spain. And there's Paolo Germanetto, national team manager from Italy, congratulating Andrea Mayer from Austria. See, they represent what I was telling you about. We share. We mountain runners, we share. Sure, we compete, so we fight, but basically we share a passion for the mountains, a love for the sport. Thank you also to those guys in the production crew. You've seen them, you've seen their backs, those camera runners, but thanks to them, we've seen these beautiful things, showing us the runners as they were taking on the home stretch. Some of them are great runners on their own. So I think we must all celebrate, how things. Excuse me if I'm unable to mention the final results for the teams, as we're still waiting for them to be official. So I would rather wait for all to be official rather than share a provisional result, which might in the end become misleading. Because if something we've learned about social media these days, if that being the first does not always necessarily mean that you have the most accurate information. So we're now in the last minutes of our life, but we will see you again, and I'm so happy that the Argentinian girls are getting some of these last shots from the camera. It was very stressful for them to be able to cross the ocean and be here with us today. There's the Belgian Charlotte, the Thailand runners also challenging from Sweden. We just saw there the Cod twins, and we're seeing the Belgian team celebrating their achievement today. Not easy either. And thank you to everybody in the production crew. Thank you to all the volunteers which have made possible. I mean, you don't see, but there's so many people from Thailand involved. And there we have another of the Americans. So really, the USA, congratulations. It's been an outstanding performance by the team. Very impressive. We had Ali with the gold, but we also had Lauren on the 12th position, and the third runner was Rachel on the 26th. So my guess is, yes, we will have the States at the podium, and we'll see who will be with them. Great Britain had a great performance as well. Scout Atkin was 11th, Ruth Jones was 14th, and Holly Page was 16th. So yes, they will be at the podium, in my opinion. I say personal opinion, and I don't want to say gold, silver, bronze, because that's for the officials to confirm finally. We'll see which other team will be with them. The Czech Republic had a good performance as well. They had Janet Macarena Cayocchio. Oh no, that was Chile. My bad. Now, with the Czech Republic, we had Teresa Hrochova in 9th position, and we also had Paula Skorna, 18th position, and Hanna Zvestrova, 24th. So Italy, they had Valentina Bellotti on 23rd and Gloria Ritantoni on the 21st, but they had Lisa Sortini on the 7th. So they will have to be taken into account as well to see how it all ends. Well, my team, Spain, on the Turbe was 5th, and then you had Maria Ordóñez, 28th, and Laia Montoya 38th. Which other teams would you like to say? Well, Andrea from Austria was second, but the next Austrian was way behind, so it will not be easy for them to race in the ranks. So we've seen Italy, USA, Great Britain would be my guess at this moment for the podium, a guess, educated guess. If anybody has time to have quick calculations, we've shared how it goes, so we'll see. About the rest, we're now seeing from Australia, sharing their feelings at the finish. It's after 1 hour, 24 minutes of racing for the women. We've been with you for over 2 hours now, more than 2 hours live. We will be with you for far more many hours tomorrow. And in a few minutes, we will be saying goodbye to you. Well, let me tell you, we're so happy to have you guys with us today in the first of this live streaming series that we have been bringing to you from amazing Thailand. We are almost 1,000 live viewers at the moment, and let me especially appreciate it, your being here with those of you from countries like Europe, or other places where the timing is not the most comfortable, but still you chose to get up early in the morning and share with us the excitement and the tension of this event. So as I said, it's been quite a start, very nice, very fun for all of us. And still the best is yet to come, as they usually say. We still have 3 more events, plenty of excitement coming on. And we still have plenty of stories to share, to tell. The runner from Venezuela has crossed the line. Funny enough, remember her? She was in the first line. And she's nothing but shy. So, no, she didn't finish first as she started, but she did finish. So, congratulations, Venezuela. A long trip to make it here. Congratulations to every athlete. That was Dinaira Gonzalez. Bravo, Dinaira. Chéverísimo. Ahora unas arepitas para celebrar. And arepas are, the iconic food. Bravo, Dinaira, celebrating. Ahead of Dinaira came Ana Island, Funes from Argentina, Natania Tanaronma from Thailand, Eva Pringle from New Zealand, and Montana McVoy from Australia, and Sasirada Champagne from Thailand, Kate Morrison, New Zealand, Janet Macarena Kayoken from Chile. And there you see teams coming up. That was Australia getting their souvenir from this event. There's our runners celebrating. Yeah, of course, Venezuela, yeah. I told you, nothing but Sai, Danaira. Well, it's also a celebration of the world, I think, these world championships. For any of these athletes, they knew their real standing, and they had their own challenges. Some of them were bouncing back from injuries. Some of them had been at the top of the game for the last weeks, champing at the bit to give it all. And now they have delivered. And there's something we can now share with all of you. And as they have, the guys at the uphill have now all but finished. We still have a few of the ladies to come through, but I wish we'll be able to tell you the name of each and every lady that touched the line, but I don't know if the timing for the live streaming will allow us to do so. In any case, we are trying to mention each and every one of the athletes because I do believe that it's a sport that they deserve it. They've all trained very hard, invested time, money. Remember, there are very few professionals yet in this sport. Most of them it has cost them money to be here. There's Japanese runners celebrating. Bravo for both of them. They were proudly representing their country, and I think it's only fair that now they have their moment, to share with all of us. It's been, all walks of life, all time. The male runners, the female runners, all sharing the moment, celebrating at the finish line. And let's see, since it's not yet official, the team results, just educated guess, and the provisional results from the men that I mentioned to you before. For those of you who have come later on, well, I will remind you that unofficially and provisionally, the private calculation would allow for men teams to be Italy, gold 32, Switzerland, silver 34, Spain, bronze 37, and then USA 50, Czech Republic 53, Great Britain 55. Those would be the top 6 unofficial, please mark my words, provisional standings. Oh, Argentina having mate with the bombilla. All right. I hope we're seeing the last runner coming by as the fans are cheering her on especially, or maybe it's because she's a local. All right. Still some runners coming in. Let's see if we can, as I say, I promised you to name each and every one of them whenever possible. So let us honor the runner now crossing the line from Thailand. She is Nampeth Portarankarchen. Excuse my Thailandese. Bravo, Nampeth. Bravo. Position 54 at a World Championship. Well, something to share with your grandchildren in the future for sure. Timing for the first top and names for the first top 10 women. Ali McLaughlin, winner, United States, 55.15. Andrea Mayer, Austria, 55.41. Mode Motis, bronze, Switzerland, 56.0. My excuse. Chocolate medal for Monica Florea, Romania, 57.44. Top 5 rounding on Ditzi Turbe, Spain, 57.56. 6. Susana Sapunki, Finland. She took 58.12. Elisa Sortini, Italy, 58.42. Christelle De Waye, 8th from France, 58.49. 9th, Teresa Roshova from Czech Republic, 59.12. And rounding up the top 10 was Hannah Greber from Germany, 59.27. Those were the first 10 women today, and let us remind you of the top 10 men. Patrick Kipingeno, Kenya, 44.51. Silver, Philemon Kiriago, Kenya 48-24. Bronze to my fellow Spaniard Alejandro Garcia. Muy bien, Alejandro, muy bueno. That was 49.03. Fourth was Joey Hadorn from Switzerland, 49.09. Both Alejandro and Joey really delivered wonderful performance, unexpected. Top 5 rounded up by Zach Hanna, Ireland, 49.32. Joseph Gray from the United States, number 6, 49.39. Cesare Maestri, European champion, was 7th today. From Italy, 49.45. Hardly outperforming his fellow Italian Xavier Sebrier, 8th at 50.03. And then Marek Kraskina from Czech Republic is 50.03. Technically, it was a tie between Xavier and Marek, but the result list shows Xavier ahead of Marek, so we'll take that. And closing last in the top 10 was Alexandre Ricard from Canada, 50.04. And this was Sergio Magallo, as I said, from Spain, editor at Carreras de Montana, who was honored to bring you live to your home this inaugural edition of the World Mountain Trail Running Championship 2021. As you saw there, because it was scheduled for last November, it had to be postponed, but officially it will go in the books as the 2021 World Championship. And the next one to come will be Innsbruck in 2023, June. From day 6 to day 10 of June, we will meet again in Innsbruck for 4 days of competition and 4 events. Same events as here, but here we've got them in 3 days. So today we enjoyed the uphill, which, let me remind you, started out at Chiang Mai but finished up in the hills. It's the only one of the 4 events with those characteristics, but all the other events will start and finish at the same point, Chiang Mai, because all the other events are up and down. So if we have to take a look at the events for tomorrow, we will have the marathon, officially termed short trail. I know, it's maybe a contradiction to call a marathon a short trail, but that's the official term, because IAU, historically speaking, has focused upon ultra running and ultra running only. But when it was decided that there was a need to unify mountain running with trail running, the 3 traditional events of mountain running, which had been the uphill, which we saw today, the classic that we will up and down, that we will enjoy on Sunday, and the marathon, long distance for mountain running, were blended with the ultra from IAU ITRA. It was agreed that they would share 2 events each. Therefore, the marathon was moved to be managed by IAU ILTRA, which under their terms are officially termed short trail for the marathon and long trail for the ultra. Whereas the WMRA terms are uphill, classic uphill and classic up and down. But unofficially speaking, I find it easier for all of us: uphill, classic, marathon, ultra. One word each, and I think just every fan understands, what we're talking more clearly than were official terms, which are to be respected anyway in any official publication. And you see, I'm happy, as I was telling you, that here in Thailand there's real excitement. They really enjoy and they're really happy to have people from all over the world come together at this amazing Thailand, some traditional costumes from this area. There you go, the runners, the officials. There was officials from different countries over there, because we're not seeing they will be tested for anti-doping. Every one of the winners will be under mandatory testing by WADA, which is, as you know, the only legal body in the world as agreed to test and control ever since the Olympic movement enforced this new advance. The World Anti-Doping Agency has agencies in every country, and those specially trained technicians and laboratories are the only ones allowed to check and control. So we guarantee we have a level field. There will always be discussions, arguments, and maybe there will always be somebody who's a little smarter, but honestly I believe that it's becoming less and less in sport, and that the good guys, the ones who police the sport, are getting better and better at finding out the cheaters. Nobody wants a cheater in his sport, because sport is about all of us competing under the same circumstances. If you don't have the same circumstances, what sense is there in competing? Makes no sense. So, there's on dates. Top 5, that's the Spanish team. Alex, bronze. Laia, on dates. Alex was 5th. On dates, Alex, the man on the left, is talking to Laia, who was the second Spanish female runner. And on dates, on the far left, you see her, her back, with the long hair. That's on dates from the Basque Country. Alex comes from Valencia, the area of Valencia. And there you have, and his teammate, Guillermo, is giving a massage to the star of the team today. Muy bien, Guillermo. Ay, buen rollo. Okay, and there he goes with on dates. Sharon and Laia. Oh, yeah, sí, Guillermo, te vemos, claro que sí. Hoy ha sido el rey, Alex. Hoy ha sido su día. Well, we see all kinds of people from all walks of life sharing the excitement and the story. Fans, hey Alex, you got fans already. Okay, everybody wants a photo with a world medalist. Enhorabuena, Alex, grandísima carrera. Yes. And there you have the local girls dressed in traditional costumes, celebrating too. Oh boy, still runners coming, and it was my promise to give you the name of everyone that towed the line. And I will say another Thailand, Mustafa Changin, according to the titles. Let's check, there's been some confusion before. Let's see if I can also give you the official timing for Mustafa once he towed the line. Yes, number 55, Mustafa Changin, took her 1 hour 41:33. Ahead of her was Nampek, and I guess we get just a very limited number of runners because we see huge differences between each runner that toes the line. There was 10 minutes between Namte and Mustafa, so we'll see now how it all goes. Well, everybody's happy here. Everybody's celebrate how it was. Beautiful race today. Beautiful atmosphere and great talent that we see. Everybody giving it their very best. And I think I personally did enjoy. There were excitement, there were surprises, big surprises, most of them for the good. An example, Alex Garcia Carrillo, bronze for Spain, or Ali McLaughlin taking the gold for the States. And there were some minor surprises for the bad, which is the confusion with the Ugandan team. I feel so sorry for them. They were not at the start line, even though some confusion, big confusion. And then we had this thing with Joyce Nieru that had an injury, but still chose to finish the race, even though she was walking. I mean, absolutely walking, and hardly so. And I think she honored the sport on doing so. I'm also looking forward to see most of the athletes rematch each other come Sunday. Some of them will feel relaxed and that will boost them. Some of them will feel hard pressed, and maybe that will boost them too, because we are all different. We all react differently to this stimulus, and we still have to see, how all goes. And it was, I think. I would like to share your opinion in the future. Give us your comments, share with us here so I can read it later on. Unfortunately, I'm not able to watch the YouTube myself at the moment, but do share it with us. So I will read in. Any feedback is welcome. I will be here with you 2 more days, sharing what we see, what we live through in amazing Thailand, and we'll sure have some ideas to change, to improve, to discuss, which will be up to you all the time. And I do appreciate that we're having this effort, trying to share how everything is going. And how the runners are behaving, enjoying. Bravo Chile! Sí, señor! As I said, runners from all over the world have come here, crossing the ocean to have and enjoy. I think we must all acknowledge the pleasure of being together. I mean, until the pandemic, we might not have been so much aware of what this was all about. Now I think we have all grown a bit in that sense, now being able to appreciate what it really means to be able to come together and share and enjoy all that we've been through today. Never easy, but always exciting. At least to me, this was a very, very moving ceremony. The opening, those of you who were unable to watch it, you've got it right here together with us at the streaming. It was over there. You can watch the opening ceremony. It was also very beautiful. Great excitement, all the teams celebrating, the coming together. All right, and here we see that's from Italy, Giorgio Bianchi, Marco Guberti, photographer, some other team members of the Italian team, which are very happy, and rightly so. World champions, Italy, provisional, unofficial in the male category, and still trying to share the official results. Okay. We see so many people, the fans, the young fans of the sport. Yes, celebrating amazing Thailand. Well, he does seem to have a good day. The girls truly are having a good time. These girls at the finish line with the traditional makeup, you noticed, to make them look as white as possible, and red lips, the traditional makeup. and we'll try to give you some idea of the team standing for the women. As I said, unofficial, but we still have much to see. But the United States of America took Ollie McLaughlin, Lauren Gregory, and Raquel Tomac with 1:12.26. Then the United Kingdom took Scout Atkins, Ruth Jones, Holly Page, and Kate Avery with 11:14.16. And then Switzerland with Maude Motis, Judith Wire, Selena Burr, and Simon Troxler took 3:13.25.32. All right. Then France with Crystal Del Valle, Adeline Martin-Roche, and Clementine Geoffrey were 8:15.22. Then Elisa Sortini for Italy, and Gloria Ritantonia and Valentina Velotti were 7:21.23. Czech Republic with Teresa Krosnova, Paula Zorna, and Hanna Svestova took 9:18.24. Spain with Onde Chiturbe, Maria Ordóñez, and Laia Montoya were 5:28.38. So those were the top 7 teams. Norway was 8th, and well, here we are, ladies, gentlemen. Thank you very much. We've been sharing with you this celebration, and I hope you have enjoyed our time with us together. We will be it's hot in here. It's hot for the runners, and it will be hotter tomorrow. So thank you, Amazing Thailand. Thank you, World Mountain Trail Running Championship, WMRA, IAU, ITRA, and the World Athletics. Thank you for being together with us. Tomorrow, we will be live for the marathon, the short trail, and the ultra, the long trail, with wonderful runners and teams from all the world. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.